YouTube founder community, Laufey fans, random people on the internet, my name is Giggens and we're here today to chat about Laufey's brand new album, A Matter of Time. This is Laufey's third full-length LP and easily her most ambitious, dynamic, and adventurous record yet. She teamed up again with Spencer Stewart, who produced the Bewitched record, her last full-length LP, and they work together so beautifully as a team. I feel like they play off each other's strengths and they know what the other person's gonna do, and they know how to push themselves. So like I said before, this record really shows Laufey pushing her boundaries and pushing her comfort zones to try other things. And what's cool about hearing artists expand their sound and get more adventurous and try new things is you get to hear the hunger. You get to hear the focus, the energy, the drive, and they take you on that journey with them. For those of you who are watching this who have no idea who Laufey is, she's an Icelandic singer-songwriter, and she's rooted primarily in like the 50s traditional pop vocal meets bossa nova meets jazz meets a little bit of blues here and there. A really dynamic performer, dynamic songwriter, and one of the most impressive voices of this generation. That being said, let's jump right in. So Clockwork is the opening track. If you haven't noticed yet, clocks are a huge part of this record. The passing of time, the delaying of time, the abrupt end of time. But this is such a beautiful opener, like the comforting bass, the brushes on the snare, the piano tinkling, and then Laufey's beautiful voice just melting over the top of it. This tune bops along with the wisdom of someone who's lived through enough heartbreaks and can understand through, more clarity what's happening in her current situation. Clocks are predictable. You know what a clock will do, and predictably, she knows she's gonna fall for this guy. And comparing it to Clockwork, it's an excellent opener that sees Laufey vocally soar, which are just one of many moments on this record. Lover Girl is up next, and this has been a single for a while, and easily one of the most upbeat, fun songs on the record. This kind of feels like the musical sequel to From the Start. It's got that same kind of swing to it. Obviously, it's got that bossa nova shuffle, which she is excellent at, but between the hand claps, the lyrics of understanding who she is in love, it all creates its own unique experience. The claves in the background during the choruses, I'm a sucker for unique percussion, and those things just make the perfect little sound going on in the background, the little clinking sound in the background. I love that. Excellent touches of percussion. The bridge is melancholic yet hopeful. It's fun, it dances along, it's insanely catchy. Love this one. Snow White follows that up, and it couldn't be any more in the opposite direction. This song is absolutely heartbreaking. It's primarily acoustic, but there's strings on it as well. And the pain in Laufey's voice and the life lived in this song, what a ride. She's comparing herself to what society tells us are traditional beauty standards, or accepted beauty standards, really. There's a great line that goes, "A woman's best currency is her body, not her brain." That's an incredible line. A heavy song about telling yourself that you're never enough and that you're never going to be enough. And the song doesn't have a happy ending. The song just ends, kind of lost. It's a gorgeous track. Castle in Hollywood follows that one up next, and I love the pacing on this one. The spirited guitar strumming, the fast-paced vocal delivery in the choruses, the love-lost storytelling, the tension in the bridge, the feeling that the song is always on the brink of exploding but never quite allowing itself to get there. Carousel is a really cute song. I enjoy the music on this one so much. The piano touches on top of the gentle acoustic picking is just the cherry on top of these warm chord combinations. Laufey vocally just lilts like a gentle feather over this thing. Her voice is like a comforting breeze. It's got a slight merry-go-round vibe, carousel, so it bounces up and down a little bit as it moves, but lyrically, Laufey, or maybe she's singing about somebody else, so I'm assuming it's probably from a first-person point of view, is hoping for the best, and laying out her insecurities and hoping that a guy is up for the ride. Like, things can get kind of crazy when you're now a celebrity. Up next is Silver Lining, and this remains probably my favorite song on the album still. It was the first single released for the record, and rightly so. It is just a wonderful song about being mischievously playful with that special someone. This song is just decorated with clean guitar picking, rim shots on the snare, drenched in reverb, making for this delicious amount of layers. Everything combined hits all those sweet spots, and it just sounds like the last song, the last ballad played at the school dance, and like you're with that special someone. You know, the janitor's already starting to wipe up the confetti off the floor and the balloons are being pushed around, but one last song is playing. It's got the energy of the room being once electric, and it's just the two of you now. It's one of the best songs she's ever done. Too Little Too Late, the name is perfect, you know, like sometimes it doesn't matter how much a person can try. You've had so much time to try already. The first person's already moved on. They don't care anymore. The other person missed their chance. Simple as that. There are some excellent uses of minor chords on this song. That's one of my favorite tricks that Laufey does. She can play so eloquently with major chords, but when she throws in those minor chords to create tension and anxiety, it does something to your heart that just speaks to the natural rhythms of the day-to-day. You know, you're not gonna have a perfect day. There's gonna be moments that are a little bit challenging, whether you're focused on your drive or, you know, something at work is hard. You know, you're gonna have that sort of back and forth. And Laufey is an absolute expert at finding those chord combinations. But the song builds up confidently and gets beautifully fiery as it explodes near the end. Absolute drama, love it. Cuckoo Ballet opens up side two, and this is one of the most impressive pieces of music on the record, let alone for 2025. But you know, to have a ballet in 2025, I mean, come on. What I really dig about this track too is that it incorporates a few songs from side one. So, you know, it opens up with this like really cool motif, if you want to call it that. And then there's moments where it reprises Lover Girl, it reprises Snow White, and I think another couple of songs from side one as well. But excellent use of like changing around the rhythms a little bit, but still keeping the harmony and the melody there. And then it ends with that motif that it begins with again. But what an incredible way to start side two by like refreshing you on side one. Forget Me Not. This is one of those tracks that I feel like over time fans will devour and develop and an increasing appreciation for. It's an incredibly complex track. Beautiful layering of strings on this one. That and hearing Laufey sing in Icelandic is really, really cool. She stretches out her vocals with these long ooh moments. The longing and the waiting on this song, it just sounds like the song wants a hug. Like I said, easily one of the most complex songs she's ever put on tape. Tough luck. Laufey bites back on this one, not taking any BS. This one starts off gentle enough, but it's got that rock rhythm, these classic power chord kind of moves, which is very unexpected on the album so far. And again, balancing those majors and minors. The bridge is one of the most punchy and hell yes moments of her career, let alone the record. But she pushes her voice so far, particularly at the end of that bridge when she really holds that word luck and she just sits with it for a few beats. Like hearing her voice do that, you realize that she's got a pretty wide range. You know, not only can she get her voice a little on the deeper side to incorporate those cool jazz moments, but like she can let it rip if she wants to, and it's really cool to hear her do that. An incredible piece of music. A Cautionary Tale comes up next, and I love the way she ends her vocal lines on this one. Everything from a quiet whisper that kind of lingers to a breathy expression that feels like it can end kind of bluntly. A track about giving too much of yourself and looking back on it and realizing how detrimental that was and becoming a shadow of yourself and how hard and messy a relationship can be. You don't realize how bad something can be until you're out of it. And while you're in it, you can acknowledge that, yeah, it's probably not the best, but once you're out of something that was bad, you could look back on it and be like, wow, that really was terrible. Another heartbreaking song. Mr. Eclectic, I love this song. We're right back to the bossa nova shuffle on this one. There's a fade out at the end, which I'm a sucker for fade outs, but Laufey absolutely destroys this pompous dude who's so full of himself, and he's like, you know, talking about all these classic composers and making himself look like Mr. Cool, and Laufey's having none of it. She sees completely through the facade of this performative male, and he's just a total poser, as she says over and over in the song. You think you're so interesting. I love that line. Clean Air has almost a bit of a country bounce to this one, and I love the Get the F Out of My Atmosphere being sung so pleasantly. It's probably one of the most commanding lines in pop music of 2025. Excellent harmony vocals on this one. I love the way she does her stacking for this one. You know, you cut the toxic crap out of your life and you literally feel like you can breathe better. It's one of those songs. And the last track on here, Sabotage, the buildups on this one, the chaotic string buildups that happen, they feel like they're almost kind of erratic or just kind of random, but they're placed so cleverly throughout the song until you get to the ending where this massive, crazy, I Want You, She's So Heavy, Beatles-esque moment happens that just keeps traveling and traveling, this huge cacophony of music pounding and swirling away. all these layers of vocals, the drums are going crazy, it's just getting loud and loud and loud, and then the song just ends. Just like I Want You, She's So Heavy. It just stops. Wow. I feel like A Matter of Time is the record that Laufey's wanted to make her entire career. I feel like everything is kind of built up to this moment. It will absolutely go down as one of the most impressive records in her discography, if not the catalyst that sort of sets the tone for the rest of her career. There's a magic on this album, there's a spark on this album that she hasn't shown before. We've seen glimpses of, but this is the first time I feel like she's really dove in and given us something that's beyond from the heart. I really feel like it's from the soul. And when you kind of lay yourself out like that, it can be terrifying because you're literally giving every single emotion you have to give. But the amazing thing is Laufey is beyond talented and has constructed a record that is not only catchy and memorable and, you know, a lot of fun to bop around and sing to, but incredibly heartbreaking and incredibly honest, and a record that people will look back on and be like, wow, like, you know, that's one of those records I discovered myself with. It's beyond open and honest, it's endlessly inventive, and it begs to be played again and again. For me, this thing is easily an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I absolutely love it. It's one of my albums of the year. And if you haven't heard it yet, please do yourself a favor and check this one out. It is absolutely something that will stick with you. And just for the inventiveness alone, hearing a pop traditional vocal, you know, genre mixed in with a little bit of jazz, mixed in with bossa nova, mixed in with pop, mixed in with rock, mixed in with a whole bunch of flavors that create this one beautiful package. It's a matter of time that there was a record like this on the shelves to pick up. So do yourself a favor, go pick this thing up or stream it, however you get to listen to it, and just sit with it and enjoy it. Enjoy her storytelling, enjoy her voice, and enjoy the genre blending, because I think that's the most fascinating part of Laufey as an artist. So 8 or 9 out of 10, one of my albums of the year, absolutely. My name is Giggens. Thank you so much for watching this review of Laufey, A Matter of Time. The album is out now. It's brand new, and the record is really cool. The packaging is absolutely stunning on it. There's all kinds of cool stuff on the inside. There's a poster, there's a little card about seasons, there's an extra 45 that's buried in the front cover that you gotta try to pick out. It's really, really cool. So packaging alone is great, but excellent LP. My name is Giggens. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Let me know your comments below, and we'll get chatting about some Laufey. But until then, see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.